Public education is my darling. That's where I feel the most comfortable with. It's an invention that began here with very good purpose and very good intentions. Our best public schools still lead the world. The myth that our public schools are terrible is just that, a myth. Our public schools are not equitable. The best public schools that are best funded in the best neighborhoods can compete with any public school in Denmark or Japan or China or anywhere in the world. And they've always have been. We have the teachers, we have the administrators, we have the know-how, we have the resources, but none of those other places that they compare us to have to deal with poverty rates at 25%. They don't have to deal with the disparity in funding and attention that we deal with. So their public education is consistent throughout their countries, their nations, and ours isn't. You go to a horrible district, and it's substandard. And you go to a great district, like what I was a part of as a teenager in Fairfax County, Virginia, and you have high school students designing robots in 1985. All right? But, and that bothers me as an American who believes in equal public service, equal treatment under the law. My wife's a computer software engineer. I'm an accountant, previously an artist. We're comfortable. We're solid middle class, and we had the resources to send her to private school, and both of us were like, no. I would, first of all, she's smart enough, she'll do well wherever we put her. But these schools need to be as good as they can be for everyone. And I didn't want to be a part of white flight. I didn't want to take her out of a system that needed our attention and needed people with resources out of a system and just abandon it in the city. If it's not good enough for my child, then it's not good enough with any of their children either, any of my neighbors. And that's not right. It's not fair. It's bad for our community. It's bad for our children. And it can't happen. Now, that being said, both of my parents were professional teachers. My mom was a special education teacher for 30 years. I'm sure that started my interest in it and gave me some general understanding of it. But these two taught me so much in 3 years about how to execute that, how to arrive at that equity. What are policies that we need to do? What are things that we need to change? These guys are my mentors. There's not a single idea I have that they haven't either inspired or vetted. And I want that. I want that input from the community. I want that input from experts. I'm sitting in a table, but that doesn't make, if I'm on a board of ed, I'm sitting in a spot and making a decision, but that doesn't mean I know everything about education. I want the community to input on that as well. And that's one of the reasons why I respect the Green Party, even though I don't agree with all of their ideas or platforms, but I agree with them the most, and I know that they respect community input and community control, and that's very important to me. So, that's really it in a nutshell. In addition to what Rana said, I was also the treasurer for Friendship Schools, PTA, right, for 2 years. So aside from their mentoring, I feel like I'm a very informed parent with a school-age child about how schools work in New London County. I've gotten a very deep view of it. Thank you.